Do you ever find yourself distracted at work and that you can't focus because your relationship is in shambles? Do you find yourself not able to have fun with your friends or focus on anything you want to because you're just confused and lost in analysis paralysis? If that's you, this video is for you. We are going to talk about how the state of your relationship affects the rest of your life. Positive Posse. Welcome back to another video on Self-Mastery Mentor. My name is April Kudwa, and in this video we are going to talk about how the state of your relationship affects the rest of your life. So before we get started, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Please also ding that bell so you're notified every single time I upload, which is every single day on all different life topics, so we can become the master of ourselves. Before we get started, I want to check in with you guys. How are you feeling today? I'm feeling great. Had a few cups of coffee and I have a lot of energy. So let's all make a conscious decision right now together to find something to be grateful for, throw those smiles on, and raise our vibrations just a little bit higher. All right, so I want to dive in with you guys on this. I'm sure it's kind of self-explanatory. The state of your relationship can affect the rest of your life, but I really want you guys to think back on a relationship in your past or your current relationship when you're maybe going through some struggles or some difficulties, and it just seems like you cannot focus on work, you cannot focus on life, you're out with your friends, you're out at the club, and you still just can't get it out of your mind, and it's just mind-boggling you, right? Not a good feeling, it's awful. The analysis paralysis is awful. So that's one reason why I want to talk to you guys about the importance of the relationships we choose. I know when things are going rocky, you know, it's maybe coming to an end or whatever, you got a big fight or something happened, definitely those times are difficult. And if that's happening for you, I am so sorry, because that is the worst experience. But when you're going forward and you're choosing your newer relationships, make sure you're not just choosing somebody based off how good they look, how, you know, how much money they have, their fancy cars, this, that, and the other thing, but on the flow and the state of the relationship. So I want to talk about the energy dynamic of a relationship and show you here on the consciousness scale that we always talk about and work off of. So here in the consciousness scale, right, we talk about a state of flow, which we've talked about in past videos, right? And we have over here reason, acceptance, love, joy, peace, and down here we have desire, fear, grief, anger, and the lower vibrations, which are in a more contracted state and in a more of a suffering state, right? So when you guys are dating somebody and you're getting to know someone, I want you to be very cautious of the energy of the person you're with. And not only the energy of the person you're with, but the energy dynamic between the two of you. As you're dating and as you're in life, it's very, very important, and this can go for work scenarios as well, very important that you test and feel the energy between you and somebody else. Because think about it, they might have, you know, lots of money, nice cars, good body, all these great things, but if the energy dynamic is off and the energy of the other person, as well as maybe the energy dynamic between the two of you, is a very contracted state down here, right? And you're in, you know, you have a lot of fears, you're kind of insecure, or things, you guys have some really bad fights, you're in a very low vibration, which is a very, you know, suffering or getting by in contracted vibration instead of one that's in a state of flow. So let's say you're dating somebody and maybe you're out in the dating field experiencing a few people, and maybe one person you really get along with and you really flow with, and things just seem so easy, right? And that's maybe a little weird, because since when are relationships so easy, right? But that's how relationships should be. And so if you have another one who's maybe, you know, fiery, lots of passion, excitement, but you don't always get along the best, and maybe when you do fight, it's really like rawr. So these are things I want you to look out for, is the flow of the relationship, the energy, the state of the relationship, because the state of a relationship in which you're in will affect the rest of your life. And maybe in the beginning you might overlook a few things and say, oh, it doesn't matter, you know, we're just still getting to know each other, or it's okay, we don't fight often. When we fight, it's, you know, it might be big, but we don't fight often, so it's okay. Or somebody who's just has a very hostile energy or very low vibrational energy, right? when you're going through your life and you're experiencing other people, other things, your work dynamic, if your partner has a lower vibrational energy, even if just they do and you're up here, that will even out and it will level. If you guys get into a very big fight or a very, low vibration and it brings you down here, it will be affecting the other categories of your life. And what you don't want to do when you're picking your partner, you're starting a new relationship, is end up in a situation where you're not able to focus on work, you're not able to focus on your family or your friends, and then when you go out with them or you hang out with somebody else, you're constantly thinking about and worrying about the other person, or if they're out doing something that you wouldn't like, or you just got in a fight the other day. You want to make sure that the energy dynamic is in a state of flow. When you start dating and you find somebody who your energy flows with, somebody who is in a very high vibration as well as you, who is, accepting and letting things come in and out, kind of just flow together, roll with the punches, you guys both have the same desires and the same goals, and you have a matching higher vibrational energy in that state of flow, right? You're in a very expanded state, which means the two of you are able to accept in new things, be in a state of love, joy, and peace. So the relationships we're seeking should just work. They should just flow. Yes, there will be work with everything. Yes, there will be time and commitment spent and, energy put in. However, it's the energy dynamic of the relationship. If you find yourself constantly being with somebody or in an experience where you're butting heads, or every other day you're in a tiff or you're in an issue, that's when you maybe want to open your eyes and understand the dynamic of your relationship and how it can maybe be affecting you in the wrong area or the wrong, sectors of your life. Relationships are truly meant to be, high vibrational relationships are truly meant to be flowing and easygoing and joyous and full of love. Because you as a high vibrational single solo being, you only and you only, are happy, right? In a high vibration, feeling good, allowing things to flow at work, allowing things to flow in your friendship, focusing on the positive aspects of your life. But if you in a couple or you in a dating relationship is very kind of fighting, kind of arguing, not really bringing out the best in you, that will in turn affect your other sectors. It will maybe take away from that high vibration at work. It will maybe take away from your focus, maybe take away from your family dynamic and the love in your family dynamic, and have your energy shifted and focused solely into this relationship that is a little bit, lower vibrational. So that's something I want to introduce to you guys, is understanding the energy of a relationship dynamic and who you're with, and how the energy dynamic of your relationship that controls your emotions in turn affects the state of your work environment, how you perform at work, your friend environment, how you are around your friends, how you are mentally in your own state, in your own life, doing your own things, and how it's so important that we find a relationship that is very high vibrational just like us and puts us into that flow state. And a relationship that's in that flow state on a love vibration and a joyful vibration that's peaceful and can bring love and joy and peace to the rest of our lives and the other sectors, so that we can be completely balanced along all facets of our lives. The state of your relationship is so important because it controls your emotions, and your emotions then in turn control how you perform at work and everything like that. So I hope this helps you guys understand the relationship dynamic and the energy dynamic of who you choose as a partner. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will talk to you tomorrow.